Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is your host, Jeezy Jesse. Whatever you want to call me, this is Up Next Podcast. And we have Mr. Ramon here with us. Mr. Ramon, go ahead and say hello.
How's it going, everybody?
All right. So we're trying some new camera angles. You guys are like the first. This is the first episode. So we actually got like multi-cameras here. So now you get to enjoy us from every angle, whatever angle you want. I'm right here. My guest is right there. We're fully right here, out here in San Bernardino, California, my house. Which, by the way, go ahead.
The Dino.
The Dino, yes, as referred to. So yeah, we're gonna try different things. I'm still experimenting. I'm still brand new. So yeah, I'm learning, man. The good thing about it is that I'm gonna try to get some actual people that have done actual podcasts. So I was at that convention yesterday. For what was it? SoCal Expo. So shout out to Jermaine. I think you heard about it, right?
Oh yeah, man. It looked very interesting. A lot of people.
Yes, a lot of people. So a lot of retro gaming. So I support the community, but definitely I needed some of the guys out there to come and do my podcast, so that way we could all kind of maybe help me figure it out. I'm learning the lighting too, so
that's a good way of networking too.
Yeah, it's a good way of networking.
Give you little tidbits on what they learned if they've done it longer than you. And
exactly, man. I'm all for tips. Yeah. I had one of my guys, like he's like the technical guy of my company, so he was like, "Yeah, dude, you got to get this camera specifically. It's like a Canon camera," and I'm like, "Dude, that's like a $1,500 camera, man." I'm just like playing around with these little $100 cameras.
Hey, you got to go big or home.
Go big or well, because he has some good influencer buddies of his. And so I was like, okay, dude, like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to like invite some of your influencer buddies. And, they got a big crowd of people. I think they have like 800,000 followers. Wow. But he was like, no, if you're going to do that, then you got to get, people, with the right camera. So I'm experimenting. So I'll probably pony up the money sooner or later. But enough about me. I'm going to shut up.
I think it's great. I know nothing about podcasting, but everything looks phenomenal.
Well, thank you, man. You are a reoccurring guest. What was the last time we were here, man? What was the last time we did this?
Years ago. There was no cameras.
I think it was 2022, audio. Right?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah. So I started uploading a bunch of the old episodes from Spotify over, and I do have some video that I actually archived from. Some of them were Zoom calls. So I'm going to get yours up and running. Right now, I started season 5.
Oh, God, I don't remember what I said, but I'd like to apologize now for anything I said back in 2022.
Well, we started season 5, but we did it in season 2 because I number everything. So, nice. I'm like a catalog nerd when it comes to shits like that.
You got to be organized.
Exactly. So ours was season 2, so it had to been 2022. So the last time you were on it, it was 2022. So. A lot has changed since then, man.
A lot has changed. So
tell me what's new with you.
All right, well, nothing much. I'm a father. I'm a husband.
Yeah, that's right.
I work, and that's simplicity in my life right now.
Simplicity.
I like to go to work, provide for my family, spend time with my kids.
That's awesome.
Go on dates with my wife.
I remember, man, you were like the first dad when I told you I was going to be a dad. I was like, okay, like, what is it going to be like? What should I expect? And it's funny too, because even my wife remembers this, that we always talk about it. Is like, you know what? Just keep them alive, man. Just keep them alive for the first 2-3 years.
The first year is simple. It's just make sure they're fed, make sure they're breathing, and that's it. If you can make it past that first year, even though it's still, obviously, SIDS was a big thing.
Yeah.
So, but once you pass that first year, the percentage goes way low on having SIDS. Mm-hmm. So once you hit that first birth, that's why a lot of people do big first birthdays. Well, I didn't know that before I had kids.
Okay.
I was like, oh, why are you gonna do a first birthday? It's the kids ain't gonna remember it and all that, but it's for the parents.
I get that.
It's for celebration, and like I said, the first year is I guess it's the most dangerous with SIDS and getting sick, and you have a new baby, your new parents. If you can make it that first year and your kid's healthy and happy, I say it's a time to celebrate.
Absolutely, man. We went big. I wish you could have been there. I know you had your own things going on, but we definitely had a big one because that was exactly that. We remember that. It's like, he's alive, he's healthy. That's more important than anything. Cause
you had like a snow day over here, huh?
Yeah, we had snow days. He was a winter baby, so
that's awesome.
Yeah, we rented the people to come out with the snow machine and just covered the front yard with
SoCal
snow.
living, man. We got to make our own snow.
Exactly.
We don't get snow.
Well, even though we live right here, right next to the mountains,
It
so
looks
the
good
mountains
from
are right
far
there.
away. Yeah, but we don't get.
Yeah, I mean, from the backyard, dude. I don't know. You know, this place even advertised when we bought here in the Vermont Ranch. They had their brochure and it even had like little snow on there, so it was like a good selling point. And we're like, oh,
here
okay.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see my first snow fall until I was in my 30s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've see snow on the mountain caps.
Yeah.
You go to the snow, but I actually seen snow fall down, like doing the movies and shit. No, it was literally I think 10 years ago.
Okay. So where were you at when that happened?
I was at Oak Glen.
Oakland.
We're out there to see the snow. It's a far drive. People don't know. If you don't want to go to Big Bear in the winter, if you go to Oak Glen, you're still kind of in the mountains. You might be snow everywhere. And just got lucky, and a little tiny snowstorm came, and the snow started falling. People couldn't leave unless you had a 4x4. Luckily, I did.
I remember Moval. For those people that don't know Moval, it's Moreno Valley. That it was snowing. I think way back. The earliest memory of it I remember snowing was somewhere in the 2000s. I think it was like either 2005, 2004, like right around that time. I remember seeing it like for the very first time in Moreno Valley. I was like, oh wow, it's snowing, and I was out there.
It fall down?
Yeah,
or was it just snow in the morning?
No,
I remember one morning we had to go to school.
Yeah,
there was snow, and they were like, oh, it snowed last night.
Yeah,
that's crazy. But to actually see it fall, like you would see in the East Coast or in the movies and shit, it was pretty cool. You got to do the snow angels, and I did everything I could.
I was gonna say, did you catch a snowflake with the tongue?
Oh yeah, I have it on my Instagram. People that follow me will see videos of me and my wife and my daughter. We didn't have my son at the time, and we're all we don't getting the catching it. We're running around throwing snowballs at each other. We try to like check off every list of like snow stuff to do before we went back home.
There you go.
And I'm not a skier or nothing like that. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever be doing that. But
you know what? You just made me think of something right now, just because it was like I just remember when we did have the kids' party here, and we had all the snow. We didn't even think about getting little bobsleds or little kind of trash cans. Yeah, it didn't occur to us. We're like, oh, they just get to play around in snow and just. But yeah, I mean, they actually, what was so cool about it, those guys, they built like a little hill with the snow.
I saw that, yeah.
So it just sucks. Like we didn't have anything for them to slide down on.
You need to like get some trash cans and like the lids or something, like.
What, we don't even with these plastic ones, man. Yeah, it ain't like back in the days either.
Start sawing them up, start using them.
But it's plastic. Yeah, we probably could have just ripped it off.
But you got cookie sheets. You got the baking pans. Say whatever you got to do.
Yeah, those things are flimsy. They would have cracked on the knees.
Hey, I'm sure your kid could have got.
I think somebody got creative, man. They pulled the trash bags. That's what they did. Yeah, so they were able to use it.
All right,
trash
I see that working. Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was the thing. We did celebrate having his big first one, and yeah, we kept him alive. So I told her, let's just do the opposite for birthday number 2. Let's just do like super cheap. Let's go to a public park, or maybe a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, I think I did a party for 2, but way less key. Like when my daughter was 1, my firstborn, we rented a hall. Actually, the hall we were married in.
Okay.
Yeah, we rented it out. It's in Moreno Valley. It's by Town Gate by the mall.
Okay,
it's like a little. It can hold 120 people. It was small. When we got married, we paid it all ourselves, so we were finding the cheapest place with the cheapest thing. Taco Man. Yeah. I had my buddies help me getting their own suits and their own dresses and shit like that. So
there you go.
But yeah, she was 1. Got that place. Did it big and all that. Maybe a little too big, but firstborn. Whatever.
There you go.
And yeah, for my firstborn, my secondborn, when he was 1. We just had some at the house. We invited a lot of people, but yeah, it was not nearly as extravagant as my firstborn. And not because of the firstborn, but yeah, when you're firstborn and you're new parents, everything's like exciting. And when you have, I'm sure it's as you have 3, 4, 5 kids, it's you still love your kids, but you're used to it now. But when they have that firstborn, man, everything's like exciting.
I totally get you, man. So I don't know. I mean, we're super excited for baby number one,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe possibly baby number two. So we'll see how things go.
Gotta have a playmate, you know.
Yeah, that was the big thing because we were watching like quite a bit of movies and TV shows where these siblings were just like super tight and super close, and I guess we got it in our head. So we're like,
Yeah,
you know what? Yeah,
they'll be in their lives longer than we will.
exactly.
So
So,
it's like-
they'll know each other. They'll be around. Mom and dad ain't gonna be around forever. So yeah, definitely. And also, you get to experience the things. I think I know for like us, I grew up. I got like one brother, one sister, and an older half brother who wasn't around. But with my brother and sister, it's like we got to experience a lot of things. We had, you go through the adolescence. So you go through like the growing pains of like navigating life. So it helps.
I mean, with my siblings, I would like to say we weren't close growing up. We obviously lived in the same house. We played with each other when we were little, but as we became teens, you kind of you had your own friends.
Yeah.
I had my own friends, my brother, my sisters. Everybody had their own friends, and we respected that. You had your own thing. We never really got together with like, when I'm with my friends, you bring your friends and all this. We never really did something like that. It was kind of like either my brother would join me with my friends or I would join him with his friends. But it was mostly like, okay, I'm in your circle for whatever we're doing.
There you go. Yeah.
You're in my circle. And that's just the way we were. There's people that were a lot closer, and there's siblings that are not even close at all. So I think we're in the middle.
It's funny because that was the exact same thing she was kind of bringing up. It was like, it's like we could totally have another sibling, but they could just be like not get along, because there are those times because you have that sibling rivalry that everyone's gone through those fights with their siblings, where some people are so stubborn they don't let it go. So
it could be the age too. I mean, if you have kids real close to each other, I think the rivalry is going to be there because everybody's fighting for mommy and daddy's attention. Fortunately, we tried for kids after my firstborn, and it just wasn't happening. And it took there's a 9-year gap between both my kids. So the rivalry's not really there because the rivalry, I don't know what the hell I said, rivalry is not there.
Okay.
Edit that.
No, this is all live, man. So right now, I'm still figuring out these camera systems, so I'm kind of like trying to switch back and forth. So
no worries.
No editing.
But, the rivalry isn't there as much. My daughter helps with my son a lot. They're so close. And I think it's because she's older and she always wanted a sibling, so she appreciates him more than I would assume if we had him a year
Super
after her
close,
or 2 years after her. And so it is what it is. But that's my life right now. Is just it's the old school American dream. I got my 2.5 kids.
There you go.
And I got my home. I got my job. I try to live day by day, just through my family, and that's where I'm at right now. Who knows what happens in the future? But
so let me ask you this, because when I was getting ready to have my kid, I came to you and you gave me some great advice, being a first-time dad. So if people that are listening to this podcast, if they're like, oh, I'm getting ready to have my first kid and I'm looking to get my first home, what kind of advice would you give someone that's young, up and coming, ready to be a dad? I mean, what would you tell them?
Well, I mean, it depends on if you're going to be a dad. It depends on the scenario. If you're, it's harder, and there's levels. I mean, having a kid is beautiful. If you have it with someone you love, it's even great.
Yes.
If you're married, and I mean, I'm not trying to get all, you have to be married, but if you're having a child with your wife, that you're married and you're together, it's easier than if you're separated, or if it was a one night stand kind of thing, which it happens, or you were together but you're only together to raise the kid, co-parenting. So there's levels, but just love your child. As a man, provide for your child. Respect the mother of your child, whether she's your wife or girlfriend or just the co-parenting, and the way you treat your child's mother, your kids are going to see that, and then it'll affect them on how they treat if you have a boy, how they treat their future
Mm-hmm.
girlfriends, and if you have a daughter, they'd see how they would want to be treated. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're always bad mouthing the significant other, they're gonna know
Yeah,
that.
it's
And
definitely
I grew up with
imprinted.
kind of like that, where
Yeah.
it was back and forth sometimes, but I'd say majority of the time, just respect the other parent and provide for your kid, and just love your kid. No, there's nobody's ever gonna be ready for have a kid.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a kid in whatever stage your life is.
Yeah.
If you have goals where you want to buy a home and you have goals,
Mm-hmm.
when you have a child, the child comes first. So when you buy a home, it has to be somewhere where the kid's gonna be safe. If the only place you can afford, if I can afford a nice apartment in a safe neighborhood, or a home in a very bad neighborhood, I'm not gonna put my family in the bad neighborhood. If I was single, yeah, I'd buy the home and live there and whatever, sell it and go. But when you have a kid, it that comes first. The safety and everything comes first. And
Yeah.
that'd be my advice. It's there's no 10-step process. It depends on what level you are in your life. But the basic is provide and protect your child, respect the mom, and for females, respect the dad, and just try to be a unit.
Yes.
That's it.
Absolutely, man. So I agree with you 100%. So just kind of pick the baton up and kind of run with that little segment. It's just respect one another. I guess it's, just the basics, fundamental. It's like when you're out there, when you're married or with your girlfriend, you kind of just have to have that mutual respect. So that way you guys are one single unit, especially when it comes to parenting, because it obviously you have to be a unified unit. You can't undermine the one parent. That's kind of just basic 101. But more importantly, just kind of be there, man. Just be willing. Don't be stubborn.
And honestly, fellas, as a dad, it's not hard, dude. It's not hard. Just be there. Just be there for your kid. Be there for the mom. I want to speak for myself, but yeah, being a mother is I wouldn't say way more difficult, but way more challenging than it is being a father. Being a father is important. It is definitely important. But I'm not going to sit here and say that, it's 50-50. No, the mom does a lot.
Yeah. Shout out, because Father's Day is coming up.
That's right. Moms, hey, just because just because I said what I said doesn't mean that, But like I said, even in society, Father's Day's coming up.
Yeah, so we're just throwing it out there because you have those I'm a single mom, so it's like Father's Day is my day.
I used to have issue with that, and now I kind of let it go. But come on, it's like
it's funny.
Yeah, it is. It's like
I laugh about it now, but there's everyone that's been pointing it out.
When I first time father, I'm like, no, I don't know. Dads are dads are important. Blah blah blah. With my day, but it's honestly for even in like our society, Mother's Day is a big thing.
Yes,
Father's Day. We got a day. That's awesome. I'm happy. Take me out to breakfast.
We don't get I think Chris Rock had like a little bite about it as far as a sound or a comedy sketch about it. Just that, it was like how it's structured, that, girls or women, children, and dogs are unloved unconditionally, and men are loved conditionally. So we got to provide, we got to do this,
we're in the condition
we got to protect.
That we can provide.
We're the unsung heroes on some things, and again, I'm not trying to say like, woe is me kind of thing. That's just the role.
That's the life of a man.
That's the life of a man. We suffer
that's it.
in silence, and there is, I believe this month is also Mental Health Month, right? So shout out to the guys out there. This is a platform. I do want to also speak on that as well, man, that mental health, because a lot of people, that's the problem, is like they suffer in silence, and there's not enough guys just openly talking about feelings and stuff like that they bottle it up. Kind of like the old school guys, guys that go off to war, World War II, come back, and then just come back either drunks or beat their wife or whatever. Just it comes out in different ways, or they just off themselves, unalive.
I think
themselves.
as a guy, you need friends are important. I think camaraderie is important. Having I won't say a brotherhood,
Yeah.
You don't really have to like vent and tell them everything, because mostly you're bashing someone or something like that. But you're like, hey, you know, it's tough right now for so and so reasons. And then if you just say it out loud with your friends, depending on what it is, it could be something that's just cliche, like, oh, my boss sucks, and then you know, it just, oh, you know, me, I have that too, and that's that too. And then if you don't feel alone.
I think that's you hit the nail on the head. It's just that, just kind of being there for somebody. You don't have to understand, you don't have to put yourself in their shoes of what they're going through, but if you're there for them, if you're just kind of like, hey man, let's go grab a beer,
even if you just join them, like, yeah, boss sucks, you know, or so and so traffic is killing me right now, or the gas prices or whatever. Yeah, you know, gas prices. Just having like a group just agree with you, or just feel that, you know, if they feel that too, and they're living their lives, then, you know, I'm gonna live my life too. And I'm sure there's more serious stuff, but luckily, you know, I haven't had any issues with anything more serious than just daily life. You know, I'm not someone who.
What do you do for like stress relief? I know you hit the gym, but is there anything like you like to do, just kind of like get you in that little calm, happy place?
I don't have anything that keeps me calm. I wish I did. I wish I could find something that I can like. Only thing is movies. Maybe that's the only time I can sit somewhere and kind of tune out. I try to, you know, everybody's on their phones. I go on my phone a lot just because my kids take over the TV. Yeah. But even that's like, it gets repetitive to where I'm like, I'm just hate seeing the same stuff, and I throw the phone away. But no, I mean, I like to be busy. I go to the gym early to just get it in. Then I like to go to work. When I come home, it's all about the kids. Whether my wife's helping with homework and I gotta keep my second one entertained, or just play with them for a while, or just doing things. But yeah, I would say probably movies is the only thing, or watching a show. It's the only place I can sit down and kind of just
give me some top fives, man. I don't know if we went through this the last time, because honestly, I didn't even look at the last podcast, which I probably should have. But give me some top 5 shows that you like, and some top 5 movies.
All right, let's go. And what I say is going to be the way it should be for everyone. All right, we'll start with the movies. Okay. Top 5. Okay. This for me personally, my number 1 movie of all time growing up was Terminator 2.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was Arnold's at his peak. And that was action. I love the first Terminator movie. This is the best sequel of any sequels.
Yeah, I would probably say it's probably one of the greatest sequels to a movie. If anyone else comes up with another one,
you have Empire Strikes Back. I think would argue.
There you go.
Yeah. Boom. You know, even for me, Lord of the Rings: Twin Towers was a great sequel. For me,
I would prefer the first one or the third one.
Oh, see, I like the second.
I think the second one, Battle
of Helm's Deep. Yeah, that was a dope ass sequence.
It was, but I don't know. I think from just a overall good movie standpoint, the first one is just very like, you know.
Now I'm gonna cheat a little bit.
Go ahead.
My number 2 and 3 and maybe 4. I'm gonna say the genres. I can't say one movie, because if I see one, I gotta see all 3. And like I said, I touched on the Twin Towers thing. Would be the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Okay. So you would just group that as
I would say 1. Yeah, I would say that'd be my number 2.
Okay. No, I get you. Like, because really, if you think about it, it's like literally like one movie.
Yeah, basically.
It's just the story.
Nonstop.
So you're just breaking it up.
It has a beginning, and at the third movie, there's an end, and it's a good complete thing. You know, there's no like, he comes back or something like that. Yeah. But
I think the only other trilogy I think of that's like that is just one story arc. It's probably like Back to the Future.
Yeah, Back to the Future is gonna be my next one. Back to the Future is 1, 2, and 3. That I think is the best. Like, if I watched 1, I have to keep going. I have to see 2 and 3 before I see 1 again.
There you go.
Like within whatever time frame it takes me to watch the movies.
Absolutely.
That'd be my number 3 choice. My number 4. Okay, I'll just do only because I'm gonna throw in a comedy. Would be just because it made me just die every time I saw it. Was
which one?
Was Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. Okay, no, that's vintage, man.
Yeah,
I like
it. Just that movie made me from beginning to end. I was just dying. I just remember as a kid. Yeah, I still watch it now and again, and I just throwing it as a comedy. Just throwing a comedy in there. I'm sure there's.
You know what? Honestly, like because you unlocked the memory right now. Just kind of thinking about the last time I was in a theater, literally laughing my ass off, where it was like, oh shit, like just berserk.
Right.
Something About Mary.
Something About Mary. Yeah.
Something About Mary. And it was like literally the cum shot scene. If everyone knows what I'm talking about, man, that is by far like the greatest. Like it just, when you're laughing so hard, like your air just sucks, just gone. Yeah, that was me, dude.
Yeah, that was that's another top comedy. So I would, if we think about it a little more, I'll probably come up with better ideas. But top of my head, if I had to pick a comedy, it would be definitely the Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
3? Well, that was 4.
Yeah, that was 4. So
okay, see, I got one left.
Number?
Jesus Christ.
One more.
See, I got the Star Wars franchise. I got.
Well, I know I put you on the spot.
I know. No, it's good.
So
I don't want to waste too much time here. I'll just pick a quick
you
fire.
got all the time in the world.
5th one would be, I would say, something more recent, as I like the first John Wick.
John Wick. Okay.
Yeah, when they killed that dog. God damn it, Russians. But
damn you, Russians.
Yeah. But I think I like the whole series, but that first one just I thought it just brought Keanu back.
Yes.
But then when I say Keanu, my point in my head is Point Break.
Yeah.
Come on.
So good.
Come on. Point Break was such a good movie.
Which produced by James Cameron. So.
Point Break?
Yeah.
No way.
Shout out to James Cameron.
I didn't know that. I thought it was a girl.
Yeah.
Or produced.
No, Catherine Bigelow directed it.
There you go. Yeah,
she directed it, which was his ex-wife. So again, Mr. Movie Trivia over here.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that was his ex-wife, Catherine Bigelow, and she directed it. He produced it, and dude, he's just a rock star.
Yeah, we have to do this. Doing the top 5 on movies is so hard because you say a movie with a character or an actor, and then you start thinking about the other stuff he's done. Like, oh, but that's better.
Yeah,
but this is better. I mean, come on. Point Break, and now I'm already thinking Matrix.
Yeah, Matrix.
Matrix is awesome.
That was quite the groundbreaking movie for '99. So
right.
I just, that was just on the verge of the new millennia. And
I think that's the first movie I ever bought on DVD.
Yeah.
When DVDs first out. And then my DVD player was like $5 million.
Yeah,
and it was like this big.
There's my first DVD player, man.
Oh, really?
That PlayStation 2. And that was probably like a lot of people's first DVD player is the PlayStation 2.
We went to Sears. And if you don't know what Sears is, you shouldn't be listening to this podcast.
You're like, what? Sears?
Yeah. But and we bought the newest one. Dude, it was like a JVC compact disc player, and it was like, I swear it was like $300-$400, and we begged my mom to freaking to buy it, and she did.
Nice.
The first movie we actually bought was The Matrix, and then we rented everything else. We didn't buy movies. we went to the video stores and rented.
If I remember correctly, because this is right around the time where when I did get it, I think the first movie that I bought was Twister.
Twister was dope. That was a great movie.
Or know what it was? No, it was Twister. Mm-hmm. But I remember, shout out to Cosmo. I used to get us the Warner Brother DVDs, and
that's right.
He got the Fast and the Furious. So we all had the early
movie. That's
the early copy of it.
I didn't even think about. I totally forgot about that. I'm a car guy too. And damn, sorry, I feel bad now. Well,
no worries.
The first Fast and the Furious was everything else when they start becoming spies and shit. I mean, it's fun to watch, but come on, that first one was the shit. I know those streets where they filmed. I driven on those streets where they filmed a lot of that. I went to the bodega. Okay. And I visited. I did all that shit, and it was definitely. Awesome.
It was. You know what's so funny too? Because I'm gonna bring, because you were part of that scene, but it was like right around that time when that movie came out, dude. All of a sudden, like all the guys became like car guys. It was like, hey man, I got to get a race car. I got to get a muffler. I got to get exhaust. I got to get headers. I got to and I'm just like.
Yeah, we were like, you got a car? You got a car? You got a car? Let's get together and meet once a week, and we'll put a sticker on our car that says team something.
Yeah,
and we'll be a car club and
car clubs. Yeah,
and it was just a transition from the party the party scene to the car scene to the car scene. Yeah, so it was the party cruise in high school, but now we're adults now, and we don't want to be in party cruise no more. Then we got into the teams for little
what's funny, because you reminded me of something else that my brother told me. It was like right around the party scene, like before it turned into a party scene. It was like the cholo scenes. So like everyone that was cholos, like they like all the girls started like, we don't want party to be around the violence and all that. So all the girls kind of just migrated over here next to the party scene where you had party crews. And it's funny too because like I knew this ex cholo guy, and you know his commentary was so funny because yeah, dude, we just grew out our hair, man. We grew out our hair and then we just changed our clothes, and yeah, we just followed the girls.
Exactly. Like all the cholos that I knew in middle school became like semi kind of ravers in high school. Mm-hmm. You know, and had the like just the longer hair and the bigger pants and
bigger pants. There you go. Well, yeah, it was the '90s, man. We all had bigger pants. Like
we did whatever we could to try to look nice for the ladies. That's for sure. Or at least what we could afford because I was broke as fuck. And but yeah, I literally I think I wore the same 3 pants for like a number of years in high school. I just kept it clean, kept it iron the motherfuckers and wash those every week. And I made sure I try to like break them up so people won't like, you know, if somebody sees you wearing the same thing twice, you're gonna hear it.
Okay,
and they
do you remember the white pants?
The white pants?
Yeah,
I don't think I ever did the white pants.
You never did the white pants?
I can't wear white pants.
Oh my god!
Oh hell no!
Yeah, so that was a little bit of a trend when what do you call it? Yeah, that was like middle school for me, I guess. So it'd be considered.
I missed that.
95, 96, 97, so right around that time. So those were like kind of like the white pants, but it was like during the party scene, so it was like, you know, dudes were all to just pop in with the rave, or not the ravers, the rebels, the white pants, you know, the collared shirts and the boots.
Me, it was the corduroy pants was.
Yeah, the corduroy pants.
It was like in for like a while. It's coming back too. I think my daughter's wearing corduroy pants.
Bro, like everything's coming. 90s coming back. So
I should have just kept my clothes.
It's kind of like I don't know, like it's a little bit of an homage, you know, because you know we went through the '90s, so I was like, okay, you know, like I appreciate, you know, all that '90s fashion coming back around.
It's funny because a lot of since we were saying about I go to the gym a lot, a lot of my gym shirts are just old shirts that I used to own. So I have like famous Stars and Straps shirts. I have for the for the Inland Empire, I have Skin Industries. That was big out here back when. Back X1039 was out. You know, it was like a rock station.
Oh, is that
X1039? Yeah,
I forgot about that. So it's not around anymore?
Well, it's still a radio station, but they play like today's hits.
Oh, okay.
But back in when I was out of high school, it was like hard rock. I still got a bunch of shirts. So, and every once in a while, when I'm working out, I'll see like a young kid look at me and they'll see my shirt, and I'll have a big old skin. They're like, oh, that's a tight shirt, and they think it's like a new company. I'm like, oh no, this is ancient, dude.
Well, you know what I've heard too? Just a bunch of old concert shirts are making a comeback. I guess those are collectibles.
I wear mine. I wear mine proudly.
Yeah, there you go. System of a Down, man. So, you want to just pop it out like this?
Where we
System of a Down.
Got a Hollywood Bowl.
And I got mine right here. So shout out to Team Snatch. Pasadena Convention Center.
Yeah.
SoCal Gaming.
you need game, you go there.
There you go, man.
And but we like I said, car stuff. Yeah. Fast and Furious. Back to the movie thing. Yeah. Fast and Furious.
Oh well, we going further back. We're counting off top 10 or top 5s.
Oh, that's right. We said
which movies, I think you still need TV shows.
So, TV shows.
Yeah, give me some TV shows.
Okay. It just be okay. I'm just gonna go. My top one right now. I'm just gonna go by what I'm recently watching.
Yeah, go for it.
My number one right now is Peaky Blinders.
Okay.
Dude, Cillian Murphy.
I know.
I told you.
You and my brother. Yeah, everyone's been telling me. You gotta get back to it. I'm like, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, and they're coming out with a movie. They already filmed it. It's coming out later this year. I'm not sure if it's gonna be on Netflix or in theatrical release, but it might be Netflix. So I'm excited for that. So I'm rewatching the. It was only like 6 seasons, I think. 6 or 7, but I'm rewatching them. Okay. For the movie.
Well, me and my wife just finished the show, so maybe that's one that we pick up. Yeah. So.
Ozark, another dope ass show.
I watched it,
dude.
I just there was just a lot of annoying parts I didn't like.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's an annoying character in that. Yeah, but yeah, she. If you watch the show, you know who I'm talking about. Not the wife, but the blondie.
Yeah,
blondie. She was annoying, but I kind of grew to like her. And towards the end, when she got, it was like, oh damn, she was cool. But shout out to the actress who plays her, because I know she's actually the Silver Surfer in the next Fantastic Four movie.
She is, man.
So,
But we'll put a pin on that. We'll finish the list. What else is
I know,
your
right?
list?
Now let's go back to school. I'm just kidding.
Let's go back to school.
Let's see. And people. I have never watched Breaking Bad.
You've never?
But I'm gonna throw it on the list just so I can look cool. But no, I've not seen it yet. I think I think I'm way too far from it to like kind of go back.
Oh man, just start with one season, first season, and then once you go through that first season, like, do you want to continue the story because it does get better?
Yeah.
Or you don't.
Yeah, I like shows that have an ending that has a it ends.
It definitely
doesn't just go until they.
end.
I don't like the way shows just get canceled. They just keep going until they get canceled. I like an ending. So Sopranos was a big show for me growing up. And even the most current ones, I would say Stranger Things was a good show. I always enjoy watching it. My daughter got into it, and so I rewatched them again. And
Sopranos is a good one, man. I actually been seeing a lot of clips from the Sopranos that I like. I forget about it, and I could admit because I was late to the game. So in that early, like, I guess late 90s to early 2000s was the Soprano era that everybody was just all in hoopla about. But I saw it like later, like 2010s.
Same with me.
So it wasn't as impactful. Like when you're there and in the moment.
I saw it. I started watching like 2 or 3 seasons before the finale. Okay. So I was like in the middle.
Okay,
and
so
then
you were kind of there.
Yeah, so I was, I wasn't just, the show wasn't already over when I started watching.
That was kind of me for Game of Thrones. Like after someone recommending, I think it was my cousin, just recommend. I was like, all right, dude, I'll watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah. So Game of Thrones, I only watched the last season.
Only watched?
Yeah, from every episode. But I've seen it so many times on TikTok. It comes to my feed so many. I swear, like I watched the whole season already. I mean, I know everything that happens.
There's a lot. There's a lot, man. Honestly,
there's a lot of side characters that obviously get,
Yeah.
But but the gist of it, I got it. But I saw the last season and I liked it. The main ending, everybody hated.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but I was new to the game, so I thought it was.
Well, cool. I think no matter what the ending was, I think nobody was going to be happy about it just because everybody had their idea of what the ending could be. And then for a lot of people, when the blonde girl Daenerys died, it's like a big chunk of that ending kind of went away. And then I don't know, they kind of messed up her character, I think. But in a way, it made sense.
But it was shorter too. The season was a lot shorter than the.
It was shorter,
season.
Yeah.
So I could see just trying to cram it in there. Another show that they're probably going to cancel, which was. So they try to jam the whole story into whatever episodes they're allowed to do, which sucks.
Well. The story goes that the showrunners already had a deal with Star Wars, Lucasfilm, to do a whole new trilogy. So what they supposedly did was wrap the show up really fast.
It felt rushed.
To just like, all right, we're going to start our Star Wars movie over here. Which, they never ended up doing it to begin with. So it's like... Yeah,
I'm watching that on the earlier seasons. I'll watch an episode here and there. But I've never watched it from beginning to end. I want to, just haven't yet.
You should.
And
I would definitely.
I think
recommend.
I'm on 4 now.
Yeah,
maybe, I don't know.
So to recap, what was it?
It was I totally forgot.
Totally forgot.
I know it was Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders 1.
It was. I know Sopranos was in there.
Sopranos, Ozark.
I'm gonna take Ozark out. I really like the show, but it won't.
It's
not
gone.
my.
It's gone.
To say my top 5
because I don't like it.
It's a good show. I like it. Jason Bateman. I met you at Dodger Stadium. You were cool, and but you're man.
But he plays the same character always. Just this dry.
Not this one. I think this one he played. Well, he has the
same Jason Bateman attitude.
Well, that's his voice. I mean, he does.
From like Arrested Development to like all these other like just very square, straight. Like just your typical kind of dad attitude. Just very calm.
Yeah, I can see that. But his character in Ozark, whatever he did, I thought worked.
Okay.
But Sopranos.
Yes.
All right, and I gotta throw an anime in there. What people say, a cartoon. Show, I should say.
Yes.
And it's gonna be Avatar: Last Airbender. And I did the cosplay for them with my family. It was pretty dope. I have a picture of my family that I had a company do us as a cartoon as characters, and that's like my favorite family portrait. But Avatar: Last Airbender was the show that I still watch to this day, especially with my kids. And if if one's doing homework and we're doing something, it's on. It's gonna be on in the background.
That's funny.
And my kids love it, and my son, who's 4, he's starting to like it more and more, which is, I'm excited because I want to see the show again.
I mean, all right, we'll put a little pause here to kind of ask you this question. What'd you think of the movie?
Oh, it was terrible. It was horrible. Dog water, as the kids say these days. Yeah, it was trash.
Was it M. Night Shyamalan too?
It was M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan.
I know what he tried to do.
Yeah.
He tried to be more inclusive with the different races. I mean, the Fire Nation was like the Indian Nation and so.
Yeah,
but I was like, no, I mean, you can't do that for this.
Yeah.
Not for this franchise.
Not for this one.
This has...
Just stay true to the roots, man.
Asian specific theme in it, and you should have kept it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was trash. I saw it in the theater though, opening weekend. I was
that's
excited.
how I feel.
The trailer looked dope, but no.
Yeah, that's how I feel about like Dragon Ball Z and that movie.
That was even worse.
That was exactly.
I would rather see the Avatar movie than Dragon Ball.
Which is funny because people were actually brought that up in comparison to Snow White.
Top 5 trashiest movies. Those are 1 and 2 right there.
Yeah. Hands down. But yeah, people were comparing it like when they were like, yeah, it has a lower rating. Snow White has a lower rating than the Dragon Ball Evolution, and they're like, wow, that's really bad.
I saw Snow White, and I would say it's a good contender for the lowest spot, but
really,
I would rather watch Snow White than Dragon Ball Z.
Is it on Disney Plus?
Probably. It's gonna be on there. They probably won't announce it. They just like throw it in there, like, oh, here it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. That was trash. I think I almost. Did I even finish that movie? I think I walked out. I'm not even sure. But yeah, Avatar,
for the Snow White?
For Dragon Ball.
Oh, Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was dumb. And I'm not even a Dragon Ball fan. I know the show. I watched the show. I like the show. But I'm not like, and I was even like, what the hell is I watching?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And for somebody who's really into Dragon Ball, I'm assuming like you or other fans, I'm sure you guys were.
Dude.
You guys are probably as pissed as I was when I saw Avatar.
Yeah.
I was like trash.
Yeah, it's on that scale, man. So it was just kind of really bad. But anyways, we put a little side pin on that. But what was the 5th one for your?
The last one's gonna be my favorite comedy, and R.I.P. to the actor who lost his life on the first. It would be Parks and Rec.
Parks.
Yeah.
Who lost her life?
He played a couple of episodes. He played the Indian, the Indian leader on the show. He was also the voice of the Indian and King of the Hill.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got killed, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was a homosexual. Him and his husband went. Yeah. Story goes, him and his husband went back to their home that burnt down for some reason.
Yeah.
And then a neighbor who they've had issues with because of their lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like capped them, dude. Like I think the husband like jumped in front of his husband.
Did he shoot them both or just the one?
I think he shot at them, but the one that passed, the actor, he jumped in the way to save his husband. So that sucks. But segue back, back to the comedy.
Back to the comedy. Yeah, we like these little side notes.
It's like a sharp 180 right there.
No, but it's funny you bring up King of the Hill because they are bringing that TV show back.
Yeah.
And then when I heard the revival was coming back, and they showed like that opening intro, showed Bobby Alder, like, oh, let's just watch the old ones. And so, like, me and the family actually been watching the old King of the Hills one. Like, oh yeah, I forgot.
My wife was a big fan. I liked it. It was cool.
I love the grandpa, man. The grandpa was he's just so badass.
Yeah, he was with the short legs.
Yeah. They shot my shins off.
Too bad he won't be in the sequel. Or maybe, who knows?
Well, no, he died in the original.
Oh, he died in the original?
Yeah,
so it shows how much I watched the show.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
It's funny, too, because I'm hoping when he gets there, because I just went over the episode where they found his little grave plot that he wanted, because he wanted this military.
It was a short casket? Wasn't like a small casket?
I don't know. I haven't seen that part yet. So he's not dead yet, but they just went to the part where he found his plot, and it was all this little funny thing. Like, it was right after Peggy lost her ability to walk after the accident, and he was all yelling at her and just kind of getting her motivated to walk. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
Go back to the 5th one. Yeah,
Parks and Rec. That's another show I hear a lot of good things about, man.
Dude, it's funny.
Parks and Recs, and what do you call it? What's that? Community is another one I hear a lot about.
Yep. The Office.
Oh, The Office.
There's
I'm gonna say I gave it a full season.
You have to pass the first.
See,
those who are Office fans,
How?
put in the comments. You have to give the first season a pass. That's when everybody's finding their character. Like,
Okay.
in order to be a good show, like ensemble show, in my opinion, from what I watch,
Yeah.
each character has to have a quirk. It has to have something that's not normal. You can have one normal character, but in order for the show to work, everybody has to have something off. And in The Office, I think they were trying to find out. There was too many. Everybody was too normal, other than Steve Carell. He was the one that was off. But everybody was kind of finding their little, like, what their character is weird about. And the first season, yeah, it's hard to watch. Even the Parks and Rec too, first season, I would say, as well. Everybody's trying to find their character.
I think the best example of a good show that, like I always say, you need to get invested. Obviously, you need to invest your time into characters and character development. So character development's really huge. But the show Lost, the way they did it was perfect, because it was, obviously you're in a situation where you're in survival mode. So yeah, you're doing things to survive, but every episode was a little backstory of who that person is, who that person is, who that person is. And come to find out, they're all kind of tied together in some weird mystic way. Right. So I think that show for me is like one of the top fives.
Lost.
Yeah, Lost,
Nice.
which I recommend.
Yeah, I've watched. I mean, I was a big fan of Lost too.
Yeah.
But like I said, for Office, I enjoyed Office. I think it was a great show. But yeah, the first season is.
I think it's just a little dry for me. It's just like, the jokes and setups, and then it's just like staring into the camera. And it's like,
that was Jim.
Like, that's funny, right?
Yeah, that's that was that type of show. I think they a lot of other shows started copying stuff like that. Parks and Rec is another show that has that same, like, looking in the camera, like somebody's in the thing. Modern Family.
It's what they call it, like a mockumentary or type of style.
Modern Family. The Abbott Elementary. A lot of them where they're talking to the camera, like talking to you. That style
kind
of
just like
comedy
interviewing,
I enjoy those type of shows. And
which,
they have to be more funny because there's no audience. It's like
to me, like, I don't get the premise of that. Like, who's doing the camera? Like how did it start that way? Who started the trend like this way? Where, like, did it Real World have because Real World was like the first one, like, oh, you're gonna have your confessional booth where you're gonna talk into the camera.
Right. I think The Office was an English show in England first.
It was an English show, yes.
And I don't know if they do a lot of the shows that way, but
if I'm thinking
over
the
here,
origin of it, like that style. The only thing I can think of that comes close is kind of like the Real World work.
But that's like reality. That wasn't scripted. It's kind of, I would say, it's more just they threw like Jersey Shore and shows like that where they just follow you and see what happens.
So I think maybe the cruxus or the nexus of it just being created is reality shows. Yeah. So reality shows had like those little confessional interview booths with the producers, and I think
I can see that. Yeah.
So because they were just making fun of it.
Yeah. You have a camera in an office selling paper, and then obviously it's supposed to be a comedy, but I think it's more difficult to write for a comedy when you have like no audience. But then when you see like the bloopers, if you can make the crew laugh and the other actors laugh while you're doing it, then most likely we're gonna be laughing. Yeah. But Parks and Rec, man, those characters, like you say, every character has something. I mean, even Ron Swanson is like the main one you see on memes and
which I like. Ron,
man. He wasn't like that in the first season. He had little tidbits of it, little thing growing, but as the season progressed,
it evolves.
Exactly, they start growing, and every character, you can see that. Where in the beginning, if you watch the first season and the last season, you'll see like, oh, I like the last season way better than the first season version because they have to grow into it. But that's definitely my favorite comedy to this day.
All right, shout out. Yeah, mine. I don't know. It's kind of hard to nail it down, but one that does stand out as far as a comedy, How I Met Your Mother.
See, I've never seen that show. That's next on my list.
Yeah, dude. Like if like the way I like, because it's very smart, well written, and it intertwines. Yeah. So it has like a bunch of like repeating jokes, little, like those what do you call those? They there's a term for it, right? There's like a term where it's like a running gag.
Running gag.
Yeah. So the running gag, they have a bunch of those running gags, and yeah, they automatically already knew who the character was. This person's that type of character, that type of character. So the characters were already there, but yeah, there was little moments where they evolved a little bit more, where they really hit their stride. But yeah, it was just pure gold.
Oh, Doogie Howser was the man in that show.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Like I see, like anybody. That's how I watch a lot of TV now. I watch little clips, and yeah, all those clips are always funny, and the most of them are the ones that he's in it.
Yeah,
and what's the guy name from the dude from the Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Jason Segel.
Segel, yeah. Oh man, I Love You Man.
That's a good movie. I Love You Man.
I'm already thinking of a lot of movies that I've seen him in.
The one that stands out to me is that Forgetting Sarah Marshall, because that was just pure gold. Man.
So much good stuff.
Yeah. I heard he's doing good things. Like he has an Apple TV show.
Nice.
With Harrison Ford. I think he's a psychologist or a therapist. Which Apple TV, man, has been doing some really good shows.
They got some good stuff in there.
Yeah. I just somebody recommended Ted Lasso, which I think it was Jose.
I heard it was a good show too.
But yeah, I saw that, really good. There was just an episode that stands out to me, which was really good. It's like the little side character, which is always quiet. You know, he plays the straight guy, just yep, very straight. But then he has this little side quest where it's like, okay, you kind of get to know more about him and, and what he does, and he does all this, and I was like, oh shit, you know,
I see that. That's
great episode.
That's what makes a show a good show, when they can evolve.
Yes, so, absolutely, man.
But yeah, those are my top 5, at least today. You know, you can ask me tomorrow and it'll be a totally different list.
Yeah, it's also what's in your mood, what's in your, I don't know, some days I'll just grab a movie off the shelf and be like, I can fuck with this.
Yeah,
you know, I had a Ghostbusters kick the other day, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch Ghostbusters.
Yep. Ghostbusters,
I haven't seen that in a while.
I just saw the newest ones too recently. They weren't that bad. I enjoyed them.
The Paul Rudd one is really good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the first Paul Rudd one. So
the
second one was like whatever.
Oh, there's more. I must have.
Yeah, there was the first one. It's like Ghostbusters Afterlife, and then the next one.
Oh, that's right. No, I didn't see that one. I saw the Frozen World or
Frozen Empire. Yeah, that one was.
Yeah.
No, the other one was better. Way better.
I enjoyed it, but it was
it was okay.
Yeah,
but like, as you know, the first one to it was like, because you know, it brought back all the OGs because you weren't expecting. I was like, oh, right. they're just doing a reboot, and then all of a sudden they pop up. I was like, oh shit, I didn't expect them to be there.
Yeah, well, they were in the second one.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool to do that. For me, that's why I guess I liked it more. But I got to see that first one. I'll probably like it more.
Yeah, it's because the first one because you weren't expecting it. Right. The second one you were already in the first one, so you expecting to be in that second one. So yeah. So
in the comments, top 5. I want to see if any of my picks are at least close to anybody else's. Probably not, but you never know. But
I definitely want to see some more comments, people. So if you guys are watching this, throw some more comments, throw some likes, throw some subscribes.
Just comment religion, politics, throw it all on there.
Yeah, just throw it in there. Yeah,
I'm sure there'll be no issues.
No issues at all. No controversy. Which, goddamn it,
what did you vote for? Just kidding.
You know, I mean, honestly, I will bring up one political issue, which is it's just breaking my heart, man.
Dude, so if you put on a red hat,
it breaks my heart to kind of see. The immigration happening to our people, and just the type of people that have like helped build this country, man, that have literally been there, farming the farmlands, building the buildings, that have been there, just contributing, doing the little jobs that I guess other people don't want to do, but have really been keeping the country going.
Right.
And what's their reward for this? Just being taken out,
most of these
taken
people
away.
Most of the people that at least I've seen that they're getting out of here are people they're getting them at their job. They have a job. Yes. They're working.
Or even at the court. They show up to court to like, hey, I'm following the rules. Mm-hmm. I get called up for court. I'm going to be there. Mm-hmm. And then guess what? Hey, you got to go.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I'm going to say. It just breaks my heart.
Yeah. I'm sure everybody has their own feelings on it. There's no way. I can't see a solution to immigration. You can be on one side where like they're not here legally, get them out, and then to people that to It's like whatever. There's no conversation of, okay, well, what should we do? Get them all out. Okay, well, how? It's like, what do you consider illegal if you're a child brought in when you were 4? You've gone to school here. You got a job here. You raised a family here. Why? How are you going to ship that person to a country they've never lived in? You know what I mean? If you're gonna say, well, he was here illegally, okay, well, you can just backtrack. I can tell any white person, okay, I can go back
a couple
200 years and okay, your great grandfather came here illegally. So that means that anybody behind him should go back to go back to Europe or wherever they would have came originally. So there's no way of settling this.
There's definitely no black or white answer. No. You can't just.
It should be a case by case basis.
Yeah, and even then, man,
because ICE has always been around. It's not like it's a new thing. It's just now they're going in just grabbing anybody who looks Hispanic. And that's what I hate, that they're not getting people that came in that look that are here illegally, that are Asian, or here illegally that are Middle Eastern, or even here illegally that are fucking from up north or from European countries. They're not even looking at them. They're just specifically, if you look Hispanic, I'm gonna detain you and figure it out if you are or aren't. And the sad thing is that they're getting people who are working. They got a job. They're providing. They're productive members of society.
Absolutely.
And they're trying to get them out when they should stay. Like, people like them should be here in this country.
Yeah.
But
it breaks my heart, man, just seeing it. Yeah. And if I know they're attacking, the country or the states that have obviously the most to benefit. I see that more California, more towards New York, more towards Florida. We're seeing a lot of more of those.
Yeah, and deporting people that are citizens too. That's what sucks. I'm like, it's they
that
don't
as
care.
Well too.
Like, they don't care. Like, they can pull me over on the way home right now and be like, I have my ID. Okay, I don't care. This might be fake.
Yeah, this might be fake. Yeah, I heard that story where the guy he was I think pulled over, and even though he had the real ID, which is supposed to be the end all of all IDs, and like, oh, this looks fake, and then just we're gonna detain you.
Yeah, yeah. My family's don't know where I'm at. If I have a job, if I'm detained for a week or two, that can
don't know. At
the end of the day, when they find out, okay, he is, and they let me back out, my life's gonna be different, or can be different, or worse, or whatever, and it sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But fuck it.
But to change beats, we're gonna mix it up again.
No, I'm
Father's Day. Father's Day's coming up. Any plans for Father's Day?
For Father's Day, just actually, no, I do have plans. We like to when the Dodgers play at home, we go to a Dodger game. Nice and simple.
Which I'm an Angels fan.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We can still be friends.
I'm still hurt, man. So you guys got our Ohtani. That one broke my heart to see him go away.
He's in a happier place now.
He is. He won his title. Obviously, if you're going to spend all those millions and millions of money, you better get something out of it.
Well, they're getting their money's worth. So that's for sure. They already got a ring, and they're even with no pitchers right now, they're still up one of the top teams. And once they get healthier, it's off to the races. But yeah, that's my plan for Father's Day. Usually we'll go to King Taco or somewhere out there before the game, and just simple. I don't want no gifts, no nothing. Just go enjoy with my family, and that's Father's Day.
Which
how about you?
Nothing. I don't know. Last year was just made it.
Come on, Amanda. Day. Where's Amanda? Come on, Amanda. Come on, take him to breakfast.
Right
somewhere. Where you at? I know. I'm all. Where we at? Where we at?
I know, multiple cameras.
Right.
But no, I like the simplicity of it. I like it. Just all right. They make me my breakfast. Basically, king for the day, where I could just watch a movie that I want, hang out with them. Just simplicity, man.
Mm-hmm. The simple.
I know that I'd say that my son got it for Father's Day, but that's right. I got that little Ninja Turtles arcade. I was like,
that's right. Yeah.
I did a little shout out to my son.
He gives good gifts.
Happy Father's Day.
JJ, you better remember my birthday.
All right. He does give good gifts.
He gives good gifts.
I joke too, because I was like, yeah, like your son, he took my credit card and he bought you these for Mother's Day presents.
Nice.
I got her some really like
There you
nice
go.
sandals,
That's
really
good.
expensive ones.
All right.
So yeah, he grabbed the credit card and he just ordered it.
That's tight. Yeah, but that's it. But yeah, Father's Day is just a chill day. You know.
I like that.
But
So shout out to my neighbor over here who did the last podcast, or not the last one, the last podcast. He owns that Carnes and Mariscos. So if Father's Day specials, go out there, get your meat, get your
What's it
carnes y mariscos.
Carnes and Mariscos.
Carnes y
in San
mariscos.
Bernardino.
Yeah.
Nice.
Puro cajete. And they're running some deals, some specials. So definitely, if you guys are barbecuing, dads, if you're barbecuing, get out there, get some good meat. He got the meat. He got the deals.
He got the meat.
Good, exactly. We got the meat.
Yeah.
Arby's.
Go eat his meat.
Go eat the meat.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and we're just gonna keep it super chill. It's like I don't need anything, so I don't need any gifts. I always tell her it's just
What's that Father's Day joke they say is for all the kids out there? Do not kiss your mom on Father's Day.
Do not kiss your mom on Father's Day. Oh. Took me. I was like,
come on, really?
It took a minute.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Okay, but
for you
that's fine.
little kids. Yeah. You'll get that when you're older.
I know.
You're like, what? I
Sure.
don't know.
Don't ask. Go ask your mom right now what that joke meant.
Yeah. No.
That'd be funny.
Well, brother, this has been a pleasure. We hit that 1 hour mark. I mean, you're killing my hard drive. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I like to keep it an hour. So I'm gonna leave this for you to kind of just talking to the camera or not talking to the camera, whatever. Just give us that little piece of advice or last little bits of words of wisdom or anything you want to share with us. It's the floor is totally yours now.
All right. Well, to everybody out there on the podcast, I wish you guys a good life. I wish you guys happiness and just joy. And to Jesse, who's doing this podcast, I hope he gets great success. He's a good person to talk to. I've known him many years. And if I'm allowed back, we will talk about my other 5 top things of other things that I'm sure we're going to take an hour to talk about. But thank you all. God bless you. And have a nice life.
Peace, love, and soul. No, I don't even know what to say to sign off. But if you guys have been listening for this long,
you need like an exit song.
I know. I need a little catchphrase or something. I haven't developed my character yet.
So. You should start dancing.
I'm still figuring it out. Yeah. But if you guys have been listening this long, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Comment, like, subscribe, hit the share button, do all that good stuff. I'm still trying to figure this out, so I don't have all the answers yet to this podcast, but I'm learning. You guys have a good one. Take care, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.